go. Hello, how are you? This is Tenor Ballet with the Captain's Vlog. Today was a good day. Did a bit of crochet. I'm on a whole nother section of the snood, crocheting a headband. Just looking at the headband seems so intricate. I was like, how is that done? I thought it might have been braided. So now that I'm crocheting it, I get to see how it's done, stitch by stitch, bringing it all together, and also the snood as well. It closed in and began to resemble the thumbnail. It's been resembling the example in the video. Just seeing everything being created is a whole nother something to behold. So yeah, I'm beholding it. And I get to see how it all formulates, and I'm creating it with my own hands. So yeah, that's the crochet. Today was a jump rope day. I jump rope um, about 50 counts at the least. I may have gotten close to 100, but I didn't set for 100 today. I went for 50 because it took me a few tries to get started today with the jump rope. Uh, I had a bit of wardrobe malfunctioning happening, and even with that, I got a few jumps in. If I got some jumps in, I count them. I only counted the jumps that I made in a group. So like it was a couple of times I made it to about 20, and it was about 5 times I made it to 11. Um, so I might have did 100 jumps today. I know I did at least 50 in groups of 5. So I did 55 at least. And maybe it was because of my form that I didn't get my jump rope on all the way in the daytime. Um, I'm taking into consideration my breathing. I am I do watch a jump rope channel, and breathing is mentioned, how to breathe. I did notice the other days, what was it? The other day, I guess the 23rd, um, I noticed I was breathing out of my mouth. And wait, how was I breathing? In my mouth and out of my mouth. And it kind of started burning my chest, like, and my nose. So the jump roper, he was like, you gotta breathe in your nose, out your mouth. So I'm implementing that when I jump. Um, I attempted to do some skipping and some, I don't know if you want to call them tricks, but like some like heel toe switch. I attempted that a little bit. I attempted skipping rope. Um, the most so far I'm doing is jumping. I took note of my double bounce and did a couple of single bounces, and mm, noticed how my ankle and my shin is responding. So yeah, I started jump roping when the sun was out, and then as the sun was setting, I think the sun had, yeah, it had done set. So I tried it again, and I got some more jumps in. I got, yeah, I don't know what, maybe because it wasn't feeling so hot, I got some more jumps in, but maybe it was my form, because I did change up my form a wee bit. In the daytime, I had like my head kind of held back, and then at night, uh, I kind of brought my head a bit forward, just a bit. And also, I noticed my arms were lower a bit. So maybe I had my hands up too high, like my form wasn't lined up to jump the rope in the daytime, perhaps. And then at nighttime, perhaps I did loosen up, or my body was more relaxed, uh, and I got some group jumping in, um, with at least 11 jumps in a row. Um, Sometimes 20. Um, and I only counted the jumps this time. The other day, I went for as long as a song, and the song was about 5 minutes and 20 something seconds. This time, I just counted. I didn't go as long as the song. I did take note that the song was playing because I did have some music playing. So I did my best to like keep jumping. Then a commercial came on, and I did a little bit of jumping during the commercial. But yeah, for the most part, I counted. Um, I only counted when I was in a rhythm. Um, so I did that those 2 times, and that was it for jumping. I did some floor exercises, some bicycling back and forth, um, leg exercises like that. I also did some planks. I did some 10-second planks for 50 seconds. So I did 10, 10 seconds 5 times. So I did that. A bit of stretching. And that was about it. That was about it. Ate outside. I did eat um, an evening meal outside. Um, only had one meal today. If I tell you what I started my day off with, you be like, girl, girl. Uh, a bit of water, and then one meal, and I got a peeled grapefruit in my hand at the moment that I'm about to eat. Howdy, howdy. Um, mm, I finished reading The Color of Water by James McBride. Um, excellent, excellent, excellent. So yeah, that is a book club read. I finished reading that. One of my book club reads. That's the only book I'm able to read from all my book clubs at the moment. I'm in like one, one. Oh, I got another club I could be reading a book with too, but I gotta finish the second book. Um, and I could always be reading a Harry Potter book. Um, One of my books that's up next is The Iron Flame. Um, and I gotta start the Harry Potter series from the beginning. I jumped in at the fourth one, the Gauntlet of Fire. I jumped in there, and then I read the Half Blood Prince. I think those. Why I feel like no, it feels like I read two. I read I've read three Harry Potter books. What's the other one? Cause I feel like I read two. Yeah, cause I remember talking about it in the book club. I read two Harry Potter books back to back, and I felt like because I read them back to back so close like that, I felt like I was reading the Lord of the Rings. Cause that's how I watched the Lord of the Rings. I took like a short intermission and then went back to watching that. Um, what the Gauntlet of Fire? I read that. I didn't read another Harry Potter book after that. I read. Is that the last one? Have not read. Um, no, that's not the last one. I did read one, but the title isn't coming to me right now. I'll have to look it up. I read Harry Potter and the Gauntlet of Fire, and then I read. Wait, was that the Gauntlet of Fire, the one I was giving the side eye when it ended? Why do I feel like I read one in between? Because I thought I read one back to back. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's see. I'm gonna have to look it up. Um, I've read 24 books so far this year. Says this stat. Yeah. Says this stat. I'm 32%. My reading goal. I'm 32% in. My goal for this year is 69 books. Is to read 69 books. Um, how I derived from that number is when this year began, I had 69 books on my bookshelf. Uh, my bookshelf, and I think my wish list combined was 69 books. Wait, what? I'm looking through the books I've read. To see what Harry Potter books I've read. Okay, here we go. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallow. That's the one that was eluding me. The seventh book. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. That's the last Harry Potter book I read. And I read that one right after Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince. For some reason, it's not. Let me keep looking. What I said? I said the Half Blood Prince. Hmm. The Half Blood Prince. Um, I didn't log it on here. So let me see. See if I got it logged somewhere else. Um, I'm looking for a logged book. And I think I skipped one. Mm, Look like I haven't. Look like I didn't log. I don't know. Maybe I didn't go. Let me keep scrolling because maybe I didn't reach it yet. Okay, there we go. Deathly Hallows. Now, there we go, right there. Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince. Okay, it's logged. Ugh, the other place I logged my book didn't have this. I don't know what happened, but I I like Goodreads. Goodreads has the most titles. I'm able to log all the books that I've looked up on Goodreads. For the other book logging uh platforms, there has been at least one, actually it's been more. It's been a few titles that weren't available for me to log. Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince might not have been one of those titles. Um, but Goodreads has been the most accurate for my book logging. As far as all the titles, I think maybe because for the most part, I log them on there. I was gonna say I log them first on there. I used to log them first on there, but I was doing my best to log my books on all the platforms. But I've noticed some of the platforms, if when I'm finished with a book, I might not uh, log that I finished it on one platform or another. And when I did log it and finished it on one platform or another, so yeah, I was doing my best to log them on all of them and finish them on all of them. But yeah, it's you just saw you just witnessed there that some of my titles aren't on some of the platforms. And Goodreads, I'm glad it's logged in on Goodreads. I like Goodreads for logging titles. And I like the other platforms for other features. So they're all good. They all fam in the club. I'll read the description of the color of water. I planted a couple of lemon seeds today. I also began learning the boots on the ground dance. And I got crossed up when it go to crossing the leg. Um, it cross to the front, then out to the side, then cross to the back, then I think out to the side again, then back to the front, and then you're supposed to cross to the front with the other leg. And at the moment, uh, I'm I'm not getting it at the moment. Like I try and move the right cross leg or something. Somewhere my leg's getting crossed. Like when it go to that part, and then the up step step step. No, it's up right, then up with your left. That twists me up too because okay, I get the first part right with the right up, and then when it goes to the left, um, I'm not switching legs, so that's how that's going. That was my first time attempting to do that. Um, I had somebody teaching me all the steps, and when it came to doing the steps, my legs was going uh every which way. Like my right leg was going left, my left leg was going. I kept trying to do all the steps on my right leg, but the your legs alternate. Like after you do all the steps on your right, then you switch and do all the steps on your left. I kept trying to do all the steps on my right. So yeah, that was first go round to actually see the steps. And then this isn't a this is one of them songs where you're not told what the combo is, what the steps are. So it's like if you get off track, you gotta know where you at. to start over again, because some songs, it'll get you back on track with the lyrics. Mm-mm. Grazie, grazie, grazie. Thank you. I see some people sharing their book hauls that they received. I do not ship the books. The books are shipped via the bookshop. So it's done all in the bookshop. Um, there's nothing I have to handle or ship off when you make your purchase in the bookshop. It's done. Um, all I tell you is go to the bookshop. That's all. When you're in the bookshop and you're perusing and purchasing, that's um that's all over there, and your order will be shipped through the bookshop over there. Any questions or concerns, all taken care of via the bookshop. I just recommend you go to the bookshop. Packaging orders are done through the bookshop. Almost done with my grapefruit. The stars are out tonight. I sat outside earlier watching the stars. enjoying the dewy air. Captain's vlog. That's another thing that I noticed when I was jump roping when the sun had gone down. The breaths that I was taking seemed cooler versus when I was jumping in the daytime. The breath seemed dry, drier, hotter. It seemed dry, like like a warm dry versus when I jump rope when the sun went down, my breaths were cool. So I was like, okay, that's different. It wasn't heave ho in my chest and feeling dry in my chest. So uh like how it is when I was jumping in the sun through my mouth, in my mouth and out my mouth. That's how I was breathing, like uh so yeah. uh Remembering to breathe through my nose, out my mouth when I jump rope, and trying to keep my mouth closed because when I was jumping rope in the sun, my mouth was a bit open. So yeah, that's how I started off jump roping, with my mouth open. Woo, woo. And that was a grapefruit. Okay. Uh, is that everything? Meditation. I do have a meditation app. I received it during Mahashivaratri 2025. And it has aided in me accomplishing my daily meditations for about 20 minutes. I was doing a meditation for about 14 minutes, maybe. Um, and I would have liked to have a longer meditation. So this app gives even shorter meditations, 7 minutes, and I've done a few of those and like those as well. And the 20, 21 minute. So there's increments, 7 minutes, um, and the longest is 21 minutes. There's increments in between as well. So yeah, I've enjoyed the longer meditations, uh, and the app keeps up with my meditation streak. So I do like that, uh, so that I could stay on that. It also has shields to protect your streak. I have utilized the shield to protect my streak at least one time. And I've earned both of the shields. So when you meditate so much, you can earn a shield to protect your streak for one time. So yeah, I have used my shield, my first shield, and then I got a second shield. I don't know if I used my second shield yet. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Um, I was looking up something. I clicked on sign in or join to continue your email. Confirm with email. By signing in, you agree to the continue. Not now. Turn on notifications. App information. Not now. Save search. Search feed. Favorite. Find. Ouch. Okay. Ooh. Okay, what do I do? Hold on. Hmm. Did. Wait. Looking. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna read that book description. I started looking at uh, this new app that I just got earlier today. Let's see. Okay, so how you get to the bookshop via the link on the screen, you can utilize any of your scanning apps for QR codes. Google has a search with your camera feature. You can click on that. It's called Google Lens. And then you look through your camera at the QR code, and the link will pop up. And I press on that link, and now I'm in the bookshop. I'm going to search with the search box. I'm going to search the color of water. Okay, it's available in paperback. It's available in hardback, and it's available in ebook. The author's name is James McBride, and the title is The Color of Water, a black man's tribute to his white mother. The description is from the best-selling author of Deacon King Kong and the National Book Award winning The Good Lord Bird, the modern classic that spent more than 2 years on the, did I say that right? That spent more than 2 years on the New York Times bestseller list, and that Oprah.com calls one of the best memoirs of a generation. Who is Ruth McBride, Jordan? Or is it, who is Ruth McBride, Jordan? A self declared light skinned woman, evasive about her ethnicity, yet steadfast in her love for her 12 black children. James McBride journalist, musician, and son, explores his mother's past as well as his own upbringing and heritage in a poignant and powerful debut. The Color of Water, a black man's tribute to his white mother. The son of a black minister and a woman who would ouch and a woman who would not admit she was white. James McBride grew up in oh, orchestrated chaos with his 11 siblings in the poor all black projects of Red Hook, Brooklyn. Mommy, a fiercely protective woman with dark eyes, full of pep and fire, herded her brood to Manhattan's free cultural events, sent them off on buses, sent them off on buses to the best and mainly Jewish schools, demanded good grades, and commanded respect. As a young man, McBride saw his mother as a source of embarrassment, worry, and confusion, and reached 30, 30 before he began to discover the truth about her early life and long buried pain. In The Color of Water, McBride retraces his mother's footsteps and through her searing and spirited voice recreates her remarkable story. The daughter of a failed The daughter of a failed itinerant Orthodox rabbi, she was born Rachel Slipsky. Actually, Ruchel Dwara Zilska in Poland on April 1st. Her birthday coming up on April 1st, 1921. Fleeing pogroms, her family immigrated to America and ultimately settled in Suffolk, Virginia, a small town where anti-Semitism, anti-Semitism, and racial tensions ran high. With cancer and immediacy, Ruth describes her parents' loveless marriage, her fragile, handicapped mother, her cruel, sexual, abusive father, and the rest of the family, and life she abandoned. At 17, after fleeing Virginia and settling in New York City, Ruth married a black minister and founded the all black New Brown Memorial Baptist Church in her Red Hook living room. God is the color of water, Ruth McBride taught her children, firmly convinced that life's blessings and life's values transcends race. Twice widowed and continually confronting overwhelming adversity and racism, Ruth's determination, drive, and discipline saw her dozen children through college and most through grad school. At age 65, she herself received a degree in social work from Temple University. Inter, interspersed throughout his mother's compelling narration narrative, McBride shares candid recollections of his own experiences as a mixed race child of poverty, his flirtations with drugs and violence, and his eventual self realization and professional success. The Color of Water touches readers of all colors as a vivid portrayal of growing up, a haunting meditation on race and identity, and a lyrical valentine to a mother from her son. Ooh, what is that? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I don't know. What is it? What? Okay, that's what I thought it was. Ew. Ooh, 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 what is that? What is it? What is it? What is it? Let me see. Okay. didn't crochet. I have to look on the pattern for the next steps. So I didn't crochet during this live stream. I did crochet outside. Have you taken your crochet or your projects outside? I took mine outside and crocheted a few stitches. Okay. I think I told it all. Let's see. Yeah. I think it's about time to TTFN. Alrighty then. Toodaloo.